Hello Internet, welcome to Making Money. My name's Eric and this is your Daily Dollar, our financial segment where I give you one lesson every day to help you reach your financial goals. I'm remote again. I'm probably going to stop saying it after this week, or today hopefully, because I am going to be remote for the next few weeks. I'm currently in training for my LSS Black Belt role, and I'm living out of hotels right now. So today's lesson is going to be something applicable to my life right now, not the LSS side of it so much, but student loans. I am in my second year of my MBA program. So far it is going quite well. Thank you for asking. But I do have to take out student loans to pay for it. I am not paying for it at all out of pocket. And I am not getting it all paid for through scholarships. I am cutting some of it out through both those means, but I am paying for most of it with student loans. And the reason why I'm bringing this up today is because I just had to fill out my Fafsa for next year. If you don't know what a Fafsa is, that is a free application for financial student aid, I believe. And it's an application that you submit through the government to get financial aid, federal financial aid. Today we're going to be talking about paying off student loans more than we're going to be talking about signing up for student loans. If you have student loans, you've already gone through the process of signing up. Now you got to pay them off. The reason why I want to talk about this today is because right now I'm looking at my financial loans. I'm looking at my student loans, and there's a lot there. I have been in forbearance for a while, which is you don't pay anything on your loans. Part of that was due to the COVID crisis that, everything went to, 0%. You didn't have to pay anything for your loans for a while. But the other reason is I'm currently in school, so I don't have to pay on the loans that I'm currently acquiring, which is fine for me. But I wanted to talk a little bit about that, because there are some steps that you should be taking if you are in school that will help you out in the long run. And then when you do start paying off those loans, some things that I want to talk about as well. So first off, you're in school, you're getting loans, you want to try to pay off some of your loans. And I shouldn't even say that. You should try to pay off some of your bills through the school without having to take loans. Anything that you can manage to pay off now is better because you won't have to pay interest on it later. That being said, you shouldn't put yourself in a terrible situation just because you're trying to pay for your classes now. I actually do a couple things here. So I put a certain amount of money towards my student loans right now, or my bills for college right now, but I also put away a little bit of money that I'm using for the future. Now, this is a savings account that I have, and this particular savings account has a couple uses, but one of the uses is to pay off school. Yes, I could use that money and pay off more of my schooling now, but it is a high yield savings account, so I'm actually growing this money right now while I'm waiting for the time to come where I'm going to be paying off. Yes, we could talk about the weighing what my student loan interest rate is going to be versus what I'm currently making on that high interest savings account, and it does actually pay off in my favor right now. But the idea is that you are not taking out as much as you need to because you are paying off your classes a little bit at a time. You're taking out what you do need if you need to take out loans. Unfortunately, a lot of times we do, especially with the expense that is student financing. But in the long run, we want to be able to pay off these loans. Now, there's many ways to pay off your student loans. There are, programs that allow you to refinance and take all of your loans and put them into one loan. There are carriers like a Fed loan that, it's one-stop shop for all your loans, so you don't necessarily have to put them all in one, they keep them in one spot. But when you do pay off your loans, each loan will have a different interest rate on it. Some loans won't have any interest. Some loans will have up to 6% interest in some cases. the idea here, and we talked about this a little bit in the avalanche strategy, is that I like to pay off my highest interest rates first. And when I say my highest interest rates, I mean if I have a loan that has 6% interest, I want to pay off that one the quickest. And in doing that, I want to pay more towards that principal. So I may not even be paying much or anything on the other student loans at first. I want to be paying, well, I'd be paying the minimum on any loans that I have. But I want to be paying mostly towards the high interest loans, trying to get those down as quickly as possible, because that's what's going to burn you in the long run. I know a lot of this is what we've talked about before with loans and credit cards and stuff like that, but specifically with student loans, I feel like so much money is tied up for people in student loans. And the other thing that I like to point out is I am paying off some money now, and I am putting away some money now. Which means that from my finances, I've got a chunk of money that's coming out of every paycheck and going to student loans or school or whatever it is. I don't intend to stop that. Once I'm done with school, I will continue to do this. It's just going to be used to pay off those loans rather than just pay off the actual classes themselves. Getting used to doing this now makes it easier to keep it up later on, and you don't even have to think about the fact that it's coming out and you're paying for it. It's just kind of just being done. So those are my tips for today. Student loans, not a fun topic. People have a ton of money in student loans. Unfortunately, I am getting some money in student loans, but there is relief. You can set yourself a strategy now that'll pay you off in the long run. You can make sure that you don't pay as much in student loans, so you don't have to borrow as much, and you can tackle the high interest rate loans first. Hope you guys like this lesson. Hopefully this is a fine enough place to do videos, because I'm going to have to do it for a little while. As always, hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, feel free to subscribe. You can hit me up on Twitter, link in the description. And I'm interested, are you paying off student loans right now? Are you in school right now? If you are, let me know what you're doing to help yourself later on with paying off your financial loans, if you're doing anything at all. Feel free to leave that in the comments below, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another lesson. All right, guys, see ya.